So we've just arrived at the San Luis Obispo Country Club to test out some Asics stuff.
I'm excited. I wear the Asics Gel Resolution X right now, so I'm very excited to see the new release.
There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna wanna see what it's about, so good, bad, or indifferent, it's gonna be fun.
Excited to hit some balls because we've been hiking in the morning. Now we're ready to go for some tennis.
Yours.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, nice. What's this?
Finally, Christmas. I actually think it's going to be like a lavender color because I've seen some of the clothing for AO and I think they're going to do something similar for the females.
I'm excited to finally behold what has been 7 generations since I ever tried a resolution before.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh! Ooh. You're right! I love this. So nice.
So you got cuff lacing on the inside, and then you got quasi runners on the outside.
Asymmetrical wall structure, very interesting. I like the amount of cushioning so far. Easy to find a good lockdown in the shoe with the lacing system as well.
They're really pretty.
That's very important. Gorgeous color. Gorgeous color.
Initially, like super comfortable, but also really stable. I feel like with a lot of shoes, it's like either or, but these you get like the best of both worlds. But I think it looks cool and it doesn't like cut into your ankle, but it's really, you just feel really supported in that, which is great.
Purple and orange are 2 of my 3 favorite colors. It kind of wraps really well around my foot, so it creates kind of a snug fit. Obviously I haven't played in them yet, but I imagine that's going to create really good responsiveness.
I think I'm gonna throw 2 outside knots here and here. I'm gonna see what that feels like. I'm gonna lace 1 like this and 1 standard. And the real test will be if that makes a difference in terms of my heel slipping out of them or not.
Once laced up, they feel really solid and stable, especially around the uppers. My foot feels really secure in the shoe. There's also nice cushioning underneath, especially under the heels, so they feel comfortable. I'm not feeling any hot spots, so hopefully that's a good sign that there's no adjustment period and I can go straight to the court.
First impressions are very good. They look very different. So I was a bit shocked when I opened the box. But like just after 10 minutes, feels more natural for my foot at least, compared to the 9s, which I like. I play the 9s on clay.
It's nice how it's so padded on the inside that I was at first a little maybe hesitant about the inside part coming up a lot, but it's padded enough to where it doesn't rub at all. And it actually feels like a lot more supportive.
Really confident with my movement right away. They are still a little bit stiff, like I'm feeling myself break them in, but it's not as bad as a lot of other shoes I've tried.
If I were you, getting these, I would definitely do a couple practice rallies like I'm doing here and just see what kind of feel you can get for the ball. Whichever one you like best, I'd stick with it because you probably could get analysis to paralysis when lacing these shoes up. So I think find one, make it comfortable, and stick with it. Sampras.
I feel like there's a lot more cushioning generally for this shoe, from the heel up into like the front of my foot. Fit-wise across, like width-wise, I think it's the same as the Gel Resolution. It's not like any narrower, which is good because I have like a wider foot, so I don't want it to be like super snug.
Almost need like a half size smaller. There's a lot of room in the front of the shoe. I think for people who have a slightly wider foot, or if you prefer a more roomy kind of toe box area, then it's gonna be great. If not, maybe you go a half size smaller. But overall, the comfort's really good. The stability and traction are really great. So yeah, I like the updates.
It is a very solid, stable ride. I have ankle issues, and this is very much securing my ankles and my feet in place.
So the fit of the shoe, back and the heel, surprisingly feels really familiar, even though it's raised on the medial side. The forefoot though, much roomier. I have a narrow foot. Side to side, there's more width in the shoe. So if you have a medium to wide fit, I think you're gonna like that. For me, it's a bit too roomy. And also the volume is increased. So before I could sometimes feel the top of the shoes on my feet, these ones, very roomy up there. So if you like a lot of room in the toe box, good shoe for you.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is definitely a different shoe than the 8 and the 9, although the materials are largely the same besides the rear foot of the shoe. It's more of a maximalist, or almost like the Gel Res 9 mid.
Yeah, overall it's a really comfortable shoe for players who maybe have a little bit wider foot or just prefer a little more room up front in the front of the toe box. The stability is really strong. The traction is really good.
I did not feel this medial side being high. I didn't feel any rubbing or poking on my ankle, so that was a concern going in. Confident in the comfort up there too now.
I'm really loving this, and I feel super supported on the inside of my ankle, and then on the outside here, this piece that sticks out a little bit really helps when you're going out on the run laterally and to help you bounce back to the middle really quickly. And overall, I'm loving these shoes and can't wait for you to try them.
The stability, they don't feel too heavy, despite it feels like they've added some material, some foam to the shoes. They still feel pretty light and easy to run in. And yeah, this could be my next shoe, really. It's a very good one.
Yeah, so far I think the support is better in this 10 than the 9. I feel just overall support throughout the heel and the front of the foot, and also the ankle.
I like the 9s better in some aspects, and I like the 10s better in others. I think it really depends. I like the underfoot feel of the 10s much better. I like the feeling of the DYNAWALL better in the 9. So that's my foot though. I have a super C-shaped foot, and so I can kind of feel the DYNAWALL more in the 9. Now some people hate that. Some people are gonna love the 10 over the 9 because of the same reason I like the 9 more than the 10. So once again, I think it's gonna be fascinating to see what happens kind of in the Talk Tennis comment section 3 months after these things release.